20 inches long. Yeah, that's not a joke. I'm telling you, the longest, you know what, I've ever seen in my life. If you don't know me, I'm Halfslow. I do prison stories, things like that. This is one of those. 20 inches belonged to someone that was known as Luscious Lewis. So, new character unlocked. So obviously, working in a prison, I've seen more undercarriages than I care to admit. And a lot of people wonder, are the stereotypes true? Sorry to tell you, not really. They all come in obviously various shapes, colors, sizes, all of those above, but a lot of them were a lot smaller than you would think, especially from the stereotype. Luscious Lewis doesn't fit into that though, he fits the stereotype. So let's dive into the story of how I got to find out about Luscious Lewis. So in the prison system, they have something that's called a grievance. And a grievance is something that's kind of like a complaint. But usually it's reserved for something to do with the inmate's health or their safety, something along those lines, something pretty important. So if they turn in a grievance, you're required to pick it up and turn it in. And I believe a standard grievance, you have 24 hours to take care of the grievance. Now, the difference is with an emergency grievance, you have 1 hour to pick it up, turn it in, so that way they can go ahead and address whatever the actual emergency might be. So as an officer, you are trained. When you hear emergency grievance, you're on it. So mind you, I'm still wet behind the ears, fresh out of the academy, have no idea who Luscious Lewis is, and it's my first night working shift in his unit. So I start off like a normal shift, check in, talking to the control officer, start making my rounds, and in the back corner, I keep hearing, "Hey CO, I got an emergency grievance for you." So I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta get on that. So yeah, so as I'm walking to Lewis's cell, I just happened to glance at the control unit, and I noticed that they're all really doing nothing but watching me and trying to hold back laughter. So I'm like, oh great, what's going on, you know, what the hell? So I get to Lewis's door, and I said, "Hey Lewis, what's going on, man?" Now, mind you, he has his back turned to me, and he's like, "I have an emergency grievance for you over here." So I said, "Okay, man, let me see it." So to paint a picture for you, Lewis is in his orange jumpsuit, and this is what I saw. Scarred for life, dude. Scarred for life. Let's just say he could have had a very successful career making spicy content instead of being where he was. So meeting Lewis is like a rite of passage in that place. Afterwards, everybody in the control just busting up with laughter. "Oh, he got you, he got you, ah." Lewis was very fond of men. And he seemed to be quite fond of a little ginger like me. There's many more Luscious Lewis stories to come, so stay tuned.